I've done really well for myself in my career, and I'm ambitious, and it seems to be something that is like desired because it's like, I don't know, I'm prized to be one. But then once I actually open up in the dating world and like let someone in, then they get bored, or they don't see the value. And I was passed up on an opportunity this week as well. And then also the guy I was dating, it just, I guess, didn't work.
Can someone tell me what I'm doing wrong? Like, I literally wait so long, like, talking to him. I don't trust anybody. And then things start going well, and I open up to them. And I'm like, yeah, you know, like, I really don't want to get hurt. Been through so much hurt. And then they fucking hurt me. Again and again. Like, they keep fucking hurting me. Oh, I don't know what I did to deserve it. I'm probably going to so regret posting this video because I look disgusting. But I don't know why. I feel like I do everything right, and I've corrected my own, like, issues and insecurities. Oh, even the dog's had enough of me crying now. Sorry, it'll be over in 10 minutes. I'm just sick of it.
She keeps choosing the wrong men to connect with. Most men appreciate good women in their lives. But if she keeps chasing after Chadrone, maybe it's time for her to finally make some distinctions and choose better. How many more times does somebody have to repeat the same mistakes and watch other women repeat exactly the same mistakes until the lesson is learned? The Goal-Driven Male book is out now. Search for it on Amazon.
Like, how are you supposed to pick people up? Like, I don't understand it. I was just in the gym working out for 40 minutes or something in the same vicinity as a guy that I thought was really attractive. I know I'm not supposed to be looking at guys in the gym. I know I'm not supposed to be trying to pick up people in the gym, but this is the only place I go where there's men at, alright? So give me a break. I go to the gym heaps and I care about working out and I like it, so I'll have something in common with gym guys, right?
Stay away from us!
So there's this guy, and the whole time I was working out, I was just like, this guy's really attractive, I want to talk to him. How the fuck do you do that, though? Like, I felt like I kept looking over and he never looked at me. Never caught him once looking at me, so I couldn't, like, accidentally catch eyes with him. And he was just, like, very focused on doing his workout, and I didn't want to annoy him, and I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to talk to this guy? And I just didn't, and he just packed up his things and left. And then I left, and what the fuck? Like, honestly, how do you do this? He's probably got a wife. What? What am I supposed to say? Like, I like your gym shorts.
The gym is a place where men can focus on themselves. 1 minute, women don't want men to even look at them, and the next minute, they want men to approach them. If she wants to blame somebody, she can blame women for calling men creeps for looking at them in the gym.
It's your fault.
The Goal-Driven Male book is out now. Search for it on Amazon.
You modern women are frustrated because these guys you're interested in are not interested in you. It's that simple. They don't have enough desire to want to socialize with you. It is much simpler in their eyes to avoid a possibly messy future altercation. If men are not interested in you, there is really no point in talking to you. Men in general do not look for female friends or women to talk to out of the blue. Also, you have the fact that a guy just even talking to a woman can be seen by the woman as being creepy. A guy being persistent in trying to get a date is harassing. The difference between a creep and a catch is based on a woman's attraction. Since her criteria are her own, men trying to approach a woman do not know if she will react negatively to his courting. She could view it as harassment and report him to the police, HR, or social media. You also have some women who get upset whenever men try to approach them in certain locations. Do you think men know if you're one of these types of women? It is much simpler to avoid you than to risk being cancelled. Rejection sucks, but having your life ruined by a victim-minded woman is much worse. Modern women killed courting. You women can thank the corporate dehumanization and objectification of human beings and the corresponding predatory feminist activist response in academia and the legal system for making old-fashioned courtship and relationships risky or otherwise undesirable. The new norm seems to be placing the onus on independent career women to approach men with extremely high or even unrealistic expectations of what a man can and should be. A lot of men are also rethinking long-term relationships and marriage thanks to family law and growing female anger, intolerance, and material expectations. So when you do work up the courage to ask a man out, don't be surprised if he's hesitant or only wants a hookup or a no-strings arrangement. I'm beginning to wonder if the new norm in this atmosphere of capitalist gender politics is being reduced to a choice between swipe-right serial anonymous hookups and staying single. It's a very sad state of affairs, where financial and capital considerations mean good, emotionally mature men and women have to face so many discouraging obstacles and losses in the dating world, just to find a spiritual connection and mutual love. This is one of many downsides to living in an elitist and selfish capitalistic society. We men ignore women in public because that's how they've been conditioned to behave. It isn't rude and not at all weird. Look at it from our perspective. We're in a no-win situation. If we say anything, that opens us up to suspicions of trying to hit on the woman. If we try to make small talk, almost anything we might say can be twisted around to become something inappropriate. Even a simple, "Good morning, ma'am," can elicit a shriek of, "Did you just assume my gender?" My brother and I were walking some time ago. He smiled and said, "Hello," to a woman we met on the sidewalk. She gave him a sneering look and informed him, "I have a boyfriend." Many men have learned the safest, least awkward thing to do is to avoid any unnecessary interaction with women they don't personally know. To do otherwise has not been a pleasant experience for them, in many cases. It's sad that ordinary pleasantries seem to have disappeared, but the reason for that is certainly easily understood. Nowadays, thanks to movements like Me Too and Believe Her, even if she has no proof, it's just a need for a woman to say she was harassed, raped, and abused, and the man is screwed. No proof is required for that to happen to the man. So men who fear having their career ruined because of a lie take the measure of not interacting with women at work with no necessity, which means if the guy can avoid it, he will. Men are just keeping sure and trying to make sure they won't be blamed for anything like sexual harassment or rape. We are aware that not all women are that devil, but how can we know if they will or not? It's like trying to jump into the middle of a lion's den and guess if you will or not get eaten. Even if the man does nothing wrong, but for some reason the woman gets upset with him, she might want revenge and say he did something bad to her, and that's enough to end a man's entire career. And again, no proof is required for that. There are several examples of men who were completely innocent, but still got punished, and their lives ruined just because a woman lied. Other men see all these, and of course, will try to avoid that same situation to keep themselves safe. Women feel zero empathy towards men's suffering, usually painting themselves as the great victims of problems. Like during the pandemic, men have been dying like flies and women complain they are the greatest victims. In the end, nobody cares about men's suffering. Sexual harassment has been happening to men as well, and numbers of male suicides skyrocket through the roof, and male assassinations and death have never been so high, and yet zero fucks have been given. So what's left is for men to take their own actions, keeping themselves as safe as possible and not take risks that will doom their lives, because nobody cares about our safety and nobody ever will. Because the ones who benefit more thoroughly from relationships are women. You'd think they'd be the ones to approach. Honestly, if a man considers a woman too forward and too masculine if she approaches him, that just means he was not attracted to her in the first place. Most men would very much appreciate it if a woman he was also attracted to approached him. It's cowardice. Despite all the excuses women give for not doing so, basically, it's because they are afraid. Strip away all the excuses, and that's what is left. It's much easier to expect men to overcome their nervousness and ask, and then very often, ridicule him for the amusement of their friends. There are not many men who have never had that experience. Keep your distance from women and always record your conversations. That's all for today on Manhood. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons, and also click on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video. If you find value in my videos, you can show your support through PayPal or Cash App. The links are in the description. See you next time. Cheers.